Ever since moving to Sony, right, I was looking for a wireless grip from Sony. And eventually I found out that Sony had one, but it was difficult for me to find till I went to Camera Joint. And I now found out the reason why I couldn't find it. It's called the Sony GP-VPT2BT, for crying out loud. Why would Sony call this They should have just called this the Shooting Grip Wireless Remote Commander. It just saves step. What's with the GP Chat GPT? Alrighty, so let's see what's in the box of the chip. The wireless remote control, you mean? Yeah. Okay, what else is in the box? Some manuals. And hold on one second. Yeah, that's it. So in the box, we have the controller itself. We have a few manuals, which none of us usually read. Well, there's a pouch in there. Okay. Alrighty, let's bring this out. Nice. Doesn't look bad at all. So it has a tripod looking. So it means it can stand on its own. Oh man, that's nice. Okay, so apparently this is where you insert the battery. You have to pull both, left and right. Okay, so that is the battery right in there. It usually has this white strip. For some weird reason, I think mine is in there. Okay, and it also has this stuff. There you go. So that's basically everything in the box. Let's try fitting this together. Alrighty, let's have a look at the features. Now, it's pretty simple. Right off the bat. On the side, you have this remote that enables you to be able to swivel this way or this way. That's with the camera in front, so you can go front or back. This is how you are able to connect it to, you screw it up to your camera. Then you have a few controls in front. You have photo, video, C1, you have TW zoom, and then you have the lock. Now with the photo, what you can actually do is you can actually take your photo with the remote on your camera. Next is a movie. You can actually record the video without having to touch the camera at all. I mean, that would make sense. It's a remote controller. The C1 is actually a customizable button, so you can actually map it to any of the controls you want, maybe focus or defocus background. Then this is actually to lock your settings. So when you place it on lock, it means you don't accidentally get to press on anything. Because it's on lock, it doesn't function. And in the middle, you have sort of like a zoom button. Now, I must warn that this only works using the digital zoom. So if you're using a zoom lens, you can't, I mean, right now I have the Sony ZV-E1. This is a prime lens, so obviously I cannot zoom with this. But what you can do is enable the digital zoom on your camera. I wouldn't do that really, because it might mess with the quality of your shots. But if you have one of those cameras where you can actually do digital zoom, that can work for you easily. And basically that's all. Another thing I like about it is the fact that it has sort of like two arms. So you can actually drop it and use this for a talking head, or you can actually hold on to it. Another thing I like about it is, even though you can place your camera on this, you can also decide to use the remote controller on its own. How? Say you want to use it for a talking head. You can drop your camera on the tripod, and instead of getting close to your camera or running to and fro trying to, record, you can actually use this to focus yourself and record, and also use this map button for a shortcut. So I think this sort of like really works well. The remote control is pretty simple So what you have to do is actually go to the network settings. In there, you find Bluetooth. So in the Bluetooth, you go to Bluetooth function. And if yours is on off, you put it on. And then pairing, you click on it. Now, for it to work, what you're going to have to do is the fact that you're telling your camera to search for it doesn't mean your camera is going to see it. So what you're going to have to do is, if you can help me focus on this, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click on the photo and the T button on top. You're going to have to click on it for like a few seconds. When you do that, you're going to see a prompting on the camera, and that you have to pick. Once you accept, then it's linked automatically. If you don't do that, it's not going to pair. So don't forget, what you have to do is hold on to the photo and the T button simultaneously. I've paired mine already, so click on this and this. You hold it for a few seconds. There'll be a prompt on the camera. Follow the prompt and you're good to go. And that's basically how to set it up. So let's get outside and let's go have a look at how this thing works. I'm currently using the Sony wireless controller on my Sony ZV-E1, and it's remote control. So as it is, all I need to do to focus, that's it. So I'm in sharp focus. And on the camera, I'm using the Sony ZV-E1, but I'm using a Viltrox 16mm 1.8. To be honest, I'm in pain on my left hand because the lens is so heavy. So I don't think they actually made this for heavy lenses. So I would advise you, if you're going to be using this with a lens, use a lens that is not so heavy. Right now, I am in severe pains right now because I'm using this together. But at least for the sake of this video, I'm recording using the remote control, so I don't have to hold on to the camera or be trying to look for where the record button is. So this sort of just makes my life very easy. So it's really that easy to use. But please, whatever you do, do not use a massive lens on this remote control. You are going to regret it because you're not going to be able to last the entire duration of your recording. So with that being said, I'm getting out of here because my hands, I'm in pains. Bye, y'all. If you guys are loving what you're watching so far, so good, please subscribe, like, and comment. I would really love to hear your comment in the comment section. Now, you've seen me actually take the Sony wireless remote controller on the go. I liked it. It was good. It was simple to use. It wasn't stressful. In terms of pricing, as of today, it goes for $180. Now, the question I'll be asking myself is, who is this good for? I think this is good for talking heads. I think this is good for vlogging. But I think what I love the most about this remote controller is the fact that you can actually use it to control the camera from a distance. So you don't necessarily have to click on the record button and run to sit, to frame yourself. The fact that you can frame yourself using the remote control and record and stop, I think is just worth, $180. And that's it for the Sony GP-VPT2BT. That's it for the Sony wireless remote controller. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next review. Ciao. Sony VPT2.